Team Falcons! Team TIDEBOUND!
Alright, but how many of those losses was on Buck? Right, that's the real
Oh,
question.
yeah, only one for Buck, but not
See?
seven. Yeah, you're good, you're good.
Fourth, fifth.
Thank you very much. I am joined by the coach of Team Falcons, AUI, and let me say your reputation precedes you, because I know 3 years ago in Singapore, you, Snaking, and Skitter were terrorizing everybody with Wraith Pact. And now I come here to Hamburg, and everyone's hot on Helm of the Dominator, except you guys. Why are you not using the nerdiest item so far in Dota?
My players can't micro. It's like a skill issue. Like, I think the item's broken, honestly, but they don't have hotkeys. I don't know.
See, I thought that was an issue, but like even maybe like a Wild Wing, I saw Skitter got trapped at some point on a cliff.
Yeah, he got trapped with Weaver ulti up. Like, I don't know.
All right, it does add up then, but they are very good at what they do, which is playing Dota so far, but they take a long time to do it, Owie. So currently it's 5 p.m. or 17, I guess, for all the Europeans. Should I eat dinner during this series, or is it going to be way after this series?
You should probably eat dinner and get the midnight snack ready, because, like, you know, it's just going to be a long series, I think.
All right, friends, it's a long night. Get the popcorn ready and maybe a little glass of milk, and let's get into game number 1.
You know, the games just go late in general, and there are certain teams that thrive in that environment. I don't think it's any surprise that a team such as Falcons, TIDEBOUND, as well as, of course, Extreme Gaming have been looking hot as well. A lot of exchanging here.
In a lot of trouble. That's first blood already for Shiro and the TIDEBOUND side. Great start for them.
High impact team fight maker that you have.
Level 6, Invis Rune, and Planet will be the recipient of the first roar of the game. And that's an easy kill for Falcons, as they're actually on the doorstep here of a Wisdom Shrine take as well.
This is a very
big get.
Play. Just perfect timing, comparatively, but...
I think if the game goes 60 minutes, doesn't really have to worry about that too much, as Shiro jumps right on top of Amar, back into the calling, so silenced up, trying to get to the north, to be able to cast anything. Finally, the arena comes out, but actually gets decrepified at the last moment. Do they have damage to finish him off? He's actually finding this, as Shiro now the one in trouble, as Skeeter and Crit have come to help out. No kills will come from this. Let's hear a cheer just in general. All right, well, that was underwhelming, I'll be honest.
It also didn't deserve more than that.
Snaking under the tower, getting pursued by Faith Beyond. Looks like he'll eventually pick him up. Does take a beating in response, though, as after all of that, Skeeter actually gets picked off on the top lane.
Yeah, and I was going to point out, this whole top fight extending as long as it did was because of a rare missed dead shot from Planet. But in the follow-up fight, they do get an even bigger kill in the gyro.
Yep, Crit helped Mallory get the rune, but they are outnumbered. That's 4 versus 2. Using that haste rune to full effect to get to the north side. Has to be a little bit careful, though. Getting some bottles up, as nothing to say is going to... It has a bit of a stack. Not the biggest we've seen, but this will be a nice, juicy Echo Slam for him. Didn't feel as good as I thought it would, if I'm being honest, but he'll get some nice farm at it nonetheless.
The sound plays a big role.
It really does.
It's just not really the same when you echo the Ancient King.
It's kind of an interesting thing that we've been seeing, though, because you can't really contest this if you're the other team, because if you get in the middle of this, it's just going to add to the echo.
Yeah.
But all you can really do is try to steal the farm beforehand, which they did quite nicely. Amar, though, the recipient of this gank from TIDEBOUND. That is an easy kill for Faith Beyond. They even find a lowly Snaking, gets glimpsed out of the TP. Double kill for Bach.
Yeah, this is...
He's owning.
But perhaps that makes this less predictable for the side of Falcons. Malrine will actually break one of them.
Yeah.
They don't know where he is, though.
Now, that's a very nice spot for Malrine.
Yeah,
that is a big
placement.
deal.
They will now try to perhaps invade, but if you're going to invade for the Wisdom now, you're running through the lane through full vision, so not going to be the case.
Yeah, they spot nothing to say. Now they jump on top of them instead. This is the follow-up, though. Snaking coming with a nice Nether Blast. They've already taken out Planet. Nothing to say. Trickling away. The Mortimer's Kisses just hits them in the end. 2 kills for Falcons. Not only thwarting the initial smoke attempt from TIDEBOUND, but
15 minutes in, but they keep ramping up.
Lamar. He wants some revenge. They get the glimpse back into the Static Storm. He's pretty tanky. Doesn't look like reinforcements are coming, though. So will be a kill going the way of Tidebound.
Yeah, the more traditional one will be Lotus. Playing against Roar, it's kind of nice.
Smoke revealed. Shiro leading the charge as Crit gets to the high ground, and he's going to get glimpsed back into the arms of Bach and just gets deleted. The Roar counteraction from Malrine. Do they have the damage to cut through Shiro? He pops the BKB and dies instantly. First BKB of the game for him. Amar, though, stuck all alone. He's going to get bursted by Bach as it looks like Tidebound now on the retreat. The buyback came out from Crit in the meantime. So this is now a 4 versus 3 situation. That's a lot of damage from the Chakram from Bach, and he takes out Snake King easily. Now Malrine on the run. This is such a back and forth affair. Gets slowed to a crawl. Nothing to say with the Enchant Totem. As Bach, again, up front and personal. The cookie's not going to hit, but the last proc from Planet is enough to kill off Malrine. So despite losing their carry,
Unbelievable that
all
the
of them
same
over
team.
an hour.
Yeah, they were like all 70 plus.
All right, we have smokes on both sides because Tormentor has woken up.
That's right.
But it looks like this will be Falcons to take. Question is, can they withstand a fight afterwards? Amar gets the shard, and you can see Tidebound still continuing on. The heals are coming. Planet's going to show himself first with the dead shot. Can Falcons retreat, or do they actually want to fight? Amar gets off the rebuke. Instant pierce the Veil, though, into the Mortimers. That's an easy kill for Snake King. There's a Mars Arena onto 2. Shiro with the BKB. Looks like they might want to retreat, though, as the Disruptor's picked off. So Falcons holding that high ground is now the Roar on top of Shiro. This would be an enormous kill for Amar and company. Beautiful spear into the trees. They got the stun lock. They got the kill on Shiro. 3 dead as Bach tried to save his carry. Now he has to retreat in shame. Has to Nightfall away with the BKB TP. So 3 dead. They lose the shard as well.
If there hadn't been a fight up top, I would say clear advantage Tidebound overall in this exchange, but of course they did lose quite a bit in the top left corner prior to this. Now Shiro with the Aegis.
Indeed.
Another glimpse.
Snake King glimpse back and will die eventually.
Well, he's pretty tanky.
He will die eventually. Surely gets Cookie to the high ground. Now the Roar on top of Faith Beyond with Amar. Nice zoning ult. They're going to get 2 kills on likelihood. Wise going to stay alive a little longer with the execution, but the rebuke at the last moment takes out the Timber. That's 3 dead now. These fights make no sense. One team gets an objective, easily wins the fight. Next team with no resources wins the next fight. This is just back and forth.
Connect this item with him in particular, using it as an intermediary way of getting that mana that he needs for the refresher. He uses it for the extra cast range on Spear, of course, and the cast range on Arena should not be underestimated. It gives you some nice additional plays with Blink spearing into Arena being easier to pull off.
Oh, Planet forces the issue from Amar. He gets off his ult. It's going to force the BKB out of Shiro. There's the Roar from the other side on Malrine. Do they have the damage this time to cut through Shiro? It's going to be close. He's really low, dies inside of his own rebound. Another death for the carry of Tidebound as Bach with that Aghanim Scepter. Boom, boom time. Gets off. Oh, the Yules actually activates because the BKB ended early, and now the Rocket Barrage upon him. Static Storm to try to save their offlaner. It is not happening for Tidebound. And now Y on the retreat. He's holding a gem. This would be a pretty big kill for Falcons. Looks like he will be able to walk away, but still Falcons super happy with being able to kill Shiro first again.
Is showing intent on going high. They're actually going in here.
Well, they do have Aegis for 2 minutes, so Roche Banner placed. They want to, at the very least, poke. You can see Faith Beyond trying to aggro the crease, but the 2 siege units will still remain at the base. So this tower almost certainly going to fall. As Skeeter more than happy to throw away 1 life. Well, the fissure blocks them off. Actually pretty good with the Force Staff onto the other side. And now the barracks exposed for Falcons to take. And this is going to be the first range racks down in this series.
The thing is, this isn't a theoretically surprising play to go for this, because I think you're in a great spot to do it. We've just, like you said, if we go back 2 months, this would be the most obvious play.
Yeah.
That Falcons would do this. There's just been so many failed high ground attempts this tournament and so much stalling.
Oh, nothing to say.
But they're in firm control, and this is just a matter of time.
Looks like they'll give up the full lane as the siege units will finish the job.
Now, unfortunately, he didn't get greedy. I'm assuming he was offered greedy when he took Timeless Outworld Staff. Because this is indeed the type of game where Disruptor might be one of the single best supports in Dota to take greedy on, because you almost never attack anything. Even when you're farming, it's oftentimes you just throw a Thunder Strike on the wave and back off because you want to be hidden and be a threat on the map with Glimpse.
No, nothing to say is going to show. Malrine and company would love to get a pick off before this Roche spawns. Still has not come up yet, though.
Another attempt. Glimpse on Amar.
Glimpsed out. Will not be KB away. Smoke. Oh, there's the Echo Slam. There's the opening under the gyrocopter. To be able to blow up Skeeter. He's dead. Just like that. As Malrine gets off another roar. But now this is in full retreat mode. They do have buyback on the gyrocopter if they want to use it. Fisher's going to connect onto the Pugna. Snake King, tankier than he looks, of course. Bach, his Active Scepter does proc his crit with the Mortimer Skins. There's the Mars Arena from Amar himself. Lots of damage onto Shiro with the double spear to follow. Shiro's dead. Bach follows suit. No buybacks needed from the side of Falcons as they somehow turn this.
Even though Skeeter dies first, they have to commit so much for that, and Amar finds a beautiful angle. That spear was...
Oh, the cancel of the TP. Wide does get off another glimpse, but we can see the TP from Malrine. He wants a piece of this, and he'll get it. Denies a bounty rune, though. Good job to Y.
That gets tipped for that. Nice heads-up play.
Notification online for TIDEBOUND. Flat cannon. As Amar jumps in very deep, gets off the arena. They're going to focus on the buildings for now, so maybe this is just... He's just going to die to the Mortimer, so Planet. No chance at all, as that's a second lane for Falcons. Glimpse back, Malrine's going to get Echo Slam with the Fissure to follow. He's going to get E-bladed, though, nothing to say. Does get the kill with the last Fissure. There's the buyback, though, as Skeeter disposed back into the Static Storm. Pops the BKB, healing up thanks to the Pugna and a little bit from the Satanic as well. And you can see Shiro left all alone. He's roared and killed. 90 seconds of no mercy as a cheese eaten up by Skeeter, and they're going to go for full megas, if not just the throne outright.
They didn't even get his Aegis there. They kill the Beastmaster, he has buyback. There's just so many lives to get through.
Yeah.
You have to commit so much to kill one core one time.
Now this Pugna pick has been pretty valuable. Deadshot can make things a little bit more annoying. As Skeeter, all he wants to do is get to that top side of the map, but they keep blocking him. All of these obstacles, as there's the roar from Malrine right on top of Muerta. That is a death for Planet. No way to get back in the game. Second one reserved for Y. He buys back, though. This is going to be potentially the last defense for TIDEBOUND in this game number 1. But it's going to be 5 versus 3, not including the Aegis, which still has a full 3 minutes.
Yeah, Skeeter just seems invincible. 5k HP and 30 armor and a Pugna. The Pugna life drain has been such a big deal. TIDEBOUND would have been able to defend and stall out for so long against the carry, but all of their damage just get nullified.
And that is Mega Creeps.
This is a fast game for Falcons, Shannon. 46 minutes?
I still believe this will go 60 minutes some way, somehow. Bach gonna get speared into his own tier 4. Lincoln actually does proc thanks to that primal roar. And you can see the gyrocopter not too worse for wear because the Pugna's still on the back line, healing him up. Not much TIDEBOUND can do here as the tier 4 is about to drop to the deck. Amar getting harassed a bit. Muerta back in 30 seconds. Right now, still a 5 versus 4 in favor of Falcons. Throne completely exposed now as Shiro going in for one last-ditch effort. They're just going to block off. Pugna still in range, though. And this life drain, they just can't do anything about it. Amar, Arena, right on top of Bach. Now the magic damage coming from Skeeter with the right click as well. Bach is dead. Buys back instantly. There's roar number 1 for Marcy. Echo Slam a little bit too late as Shiro is already dead. And nothing to say, has to walk back in shame as a triple Arena from Amar as the GGs come out. Falcons take game number 1.
Damn, that was... It was an interesting first 15 to 20 minutes that were back and forth, but Falcons found one good fight, started getting that 6k lead that we talked about, and after that, every single subsequent fight, they have Shiro's number.
Plus 4s at least.
Ooh, well, that is a hero. We have seen Shiro played on the road to TI, and it is a ranged carry.
Not specifically because of the spell casting, like casting spells with Prophet is very simple, but using its map presence correctly,
Yep, Amar taking a lot of raises, wants to get aggro though, pops the stick as Shiro now is the one he's pursuing, but this looks like it might be the death of Amar, but first Planet goes down. That is a huge deal, so first blood actually going to Falcons. But of course, Shiro getting the kill onto the core. Is there going to be a play for the Wisdom Shrines this time? It doesn't. Well, as I say that, Malrine and Snake King are going to be greeted by Bach next to the tree line. Sand King tries to get off his ult, but it's instantly canceled. Coil is going to be expended. Malrine does not activate the ult as of yet. Tries to Burrow Strike out of the glimpse, but it's not happening. It's nothing to say. He's going to greet Snake King. Likely a death to his name is Skeeter. Now to 1 versus 2. Malrine's going to try to accompany him at the moment. Snake King, one more right click will do it for nothing to say. We'll be able to clip him with the Illusory Orb, but the bigger kill is onto Skeeter. Malrine, though, with the Epicenter, misses the Burrow Strike, but still gets the kill on the Centaur, and he takes the Shrine of Wisdom as well. So despite being outnumbered, Falcons getting the better of that. A 12-minute rune is bottom. It's a haste as there's the stun onto nothing to say with the Bushwhack to follow, and the sharpshooter is enough. Big kill for Falcons.
Yeah, good judgment call there. I thought the Epicenter might have been necessary, but they do have enough in the tank. I don't think that was a very big overkill. It was good enough.
Glimpse onto Amar. I'm not sure why wants any of this smoke, though. He will now retreat, and Malrine will greet him. As Stampede is used, but I think he is dead anyway. Yeah, drops to the deck, so a Stampede down, and another stolen Shrine, potentially?
Oh, they might even get Shiro as a bonus.
Shiro, Epicenter's coming from him. He is not ready for this one. Bushwhack to follow Stampede, but the Sharpshooter is enough again. Falcons get away with murder, and the trade is a measly support. Of course, no offense to Snake King, he actually gets off the song anyway. Even the Wrath of Nature's not enough. These are the Glimpse, and the Static Storm as well, but the Illusory Orb is enough. They use everything to kill the support off as Skeeter shows up a little bit too late, though, so Planet does end up trading the Wisdom Shrines. But regardless, Falcons now through the gate as they have their sights set on nothing to say. Well, they don't have their sights yet, but they have an idea. He's up here. Burrow Strike finds him. Bushwhack to follow, and another sharpshooter kill for Crit. My goodness. He has 4 kills right now on the Hoodwink. Feels like nothing going the way of Tidebound so far in this game, too.
Not bad. It's like 2 hearts.
I thought Heart was bad, though.
Well, 2 hearts is good, but you can't do it.
Okay, gotcha. Skeeter finds an opening, Snake King with the ensnare. And this will be the death of Planet. Still working on that Ags. And yeah, it looks like Falcons are going to be pretty content with the 2 tier 2s down as the 8. Right, Tidebound on the high ground. You can see the illusions continually spotting them. As
Falcons
just daring them.
It's also the Abandoned Radiance.
Oh, Stampede. Okay, Epicenter comes in from Mallory. Pops the BKB as well. As Bach looking for somebody to use on his cart. He's going to be applied some pressure. Pops the Blade Veil. Nobody really wants to touch him now, though. Gets rooted up onto the high ground. Nothing to say coming there trying to take out the Abaddon, but he activates his ult just in time and heals up to full as a result. There's the cart onto the Shadow Fiend. He'll be able to get off his ult. The Centaur dies first inside of his own cart. The Shadow Fiend follows soon, and just like that, it's 4 dead for Tidebound, and Falcons lose nothing to buy back and TP in. So Falcons capitalize. Now they're up 24K with the Aegis advantage, and now pushing that bottom lane. Can Tidebound do anything to repel the forces of Falcons? This is going to be 1 lane for them extremely easily.
Not exactly a carbon copy of the previous game, but it's feeling really similar overall. Similar time for the overall high ground, going for the killing blow here at about 45 minutes. Executing the map better.
He gets broken, but just going to shrug it off. The second lane in the sights for Falcons. Oh, the hex onto the puck. The Bushwhack to follow. The save! The cart saves the puck. Gonna try to turn this around, but where is the damage coming from exactly? Nature's Prophet in the midst of all of this. Trying to TP out, but the Burrow Strike connects. Bushwhack to follow. That'll be the death of the NP. And again, 3.5 minutes on the Aegis. Falcons have plenty of resources to work with as Amar looks like he's going to finish off this second barracks very shortly. Another hex that the Burrow Strike actually misses, but they find the connection on the nothing to say. The Stampede is not enough. He is out for 90. No buyback. As Falcons now to the third lane to try to get Mega Creeps and close the door in this upper bracket match against TIDEBOUND. And it's looking like it's going to be a 2-0.
What a stellar performance this game has been from Crit on the Hoodwink.
Bach gets off the hoof stomp to try to break the Abaddon, but he already has his ult on as Amargus destroys Y. Cart onto the Shadow Fiend in retreat. They just call GG, and just like that, Falcons 2-0 Extreme in this upper bracket match.
And this individual game more so than the first, not even remotely close when you look back at it. TIDEBOUND maybe had one singular successful move, ending the game with 5 kills.
TIDEBOUND just, I don't know, didn't look like the same team, but maybe some nerves getting to them. Of course, we have 2 TI winners, so I doubt that that's the case. Either way, Falcons really showing up in this series, 2-0ing TIDEBOUND, and well, we did see the cart for Faith Beyond, unfortunately.
Thank you, SUNSfan. Amar, is there any better feeling than winning games of Dota on the TI main stage?
Oh, I mean, I had these games before, and you know, winning these games are nice, but you're still looking forward for the grand final.
You got your eyes on the prize then. Well, I do want to ask you, is it a little bit different this time now that you've moved into the drafting and captaining position? Is that a little bit of extra pressure? Because we have seen some pretty strong reactions from you in your longer, more stressful games.
Oh, I mean, it feels nicer this time because you know, when you put the music in settings, it's very like all these drums. So when I'm captaining and drafting, it's a very nice feeling actually.
Good stuff. All right. Well, last time you met TIDEBOUND, it didn't go quite this well. So was there anything about the series last time that you learned and you were able to take forward and get you this pretty clean win the second time around?
I think it was stop throwing, because we were throwing a lot and we were going 1 hour games for no reason, and now we just played 2 fast games like compared to before, you know. So that's the good part.
Absolutely. And any word for your teammates who have done so well, and also for TIDEBOUND, which you've now knocked down to the lower bracket? You know, like, how do you think they played in this series, and do you think we'll see them bouncing back later on in the tournament?
I mean, words TIDEBOUND, I still think they're gonna. I mean, they're still strong, you know. Like, I don't think because they lost to us, like, something they can still go through some strong lower bracket run. And for my team, you know, like, step up because I'm carrying every game. Kappa.
Beautiful stuff. All right, I have one more question for you. This one is about the upcoming series we have on our hands. It is BB versus Nigma. So do you have any words for that series coming up, and who are you supporting for? Who do you think is going to win?
Crowd, cheer for Nigma. All energy to Nigma.
Thank you very much, Amar, and congratulations, Amar and Falcons, for moving forward here at TI.
You are doomed. I hate lightning.